What is up, everybody? You know what? I gotta get a better intro than that. Yeah, everyone says "What is up, everybody," but I don't want to be too cheesy, too corny. So that's as good as I got for now. I'm still workshopping intros. If you got any suggestions, drop them in the comments. What up, cornballs? What up, chuckleheads? Anyways, this is the Low Heat Show. I'm Derek, aka FancyPants. You already know my YouTube channel, obviously, if you're here. So, but plug for it if you happen to come across this. Please subscribe, all that good stuff. What are we gonna discuss today? A lot of cool stuff. I don't know, upcoming shoes, all that stuff. But if you're new to the show, we don't talk about just your stand. We're not just gonna talk Air Jordan 3 black cements the whole show. So, you're going to get a little bit of variety here. Talk about stuff that maybe other shows don't talk about as much. And low heat and some high heat. But it's mainly stuff that I'm interested in. So, if I'm not talking about every single Travis Scott release or Olive Air Jordan 9, I apologize. But, I do what I want since it's my show and only, 100 people watch it. So I appreciate you though if you're one of those 100. So all right, let's get into it. We'll do a little fade on the music here. Pause that. And first up, it's our segment What's Cooking, and by our I mean my segment What's Cooking. This is recent news happenings, rumors, etc. And the first one we're going to talk about is Stash, graffiti artist and collaborator with Nike, previous collaborator with Nike, officially released on his Instagram that the Air Max 95, his Air Max 95 that he's doing with Nike or redoing with Nike, is going to be releasing on December 13th, 2024. You see all the nozzles from the spray cans there. It's kind of a dope image. I like it. If you don't know what they look like, here they are. This is I'm definitely going for these. It would be my first pair of Air Max 95s. I'm not a huge 95 fan, so if I'm going to get them, it's going to be because I really want them. And I always like when artists, like fine artists, Stash is a graffiti artist, does stuff in this space. I'm a big fan of fine art, if you will, myself. I like to draw, paint, just to relax, just for fun sometimes. And so I really like this colorway too. Really like this colorway. Like the light blue on top, different shades of blue, speckled, kind of spray paint-esque speckled outsole on the bottom. I'll definitely be going for these. Let me know if you're interested in these, if you have any of Stash's other previous collaborations. I have not had any of his stuff prior. So I can't speak to better, worse, whatever. All I know is these are fire. These are the pair, Joe LaPuma's pair that he was gifted, and they look sweet. Got a little stash pocket up on top. Remember when those were a thing? Um, Man, I just got a CES catalog small magazine in the mail. Made me think of stash pockets back in the day in all your different skate shoes and stuff. Um, to be honest, growing up, I didn't really, I was innocent, didn't quite understand what the stash pocket was for. Um, Now you really don't need a stash pocket for too much stuff. It's all legal. Uh, so those debuted at Comic Con. Well, not debuted, like physically in an official capacity debuted. Also at Comic Con, at the Sneaker of the Year Complex panel, Lil Yachty and Bima Williams got into it, where Lil Yachty was felt hurt by Bima Williams' comments that he made on his platform, critiquing Yachty's upcoming Nike collaboration, the Concrete Boys Air Force Ones, which conveniently this promo video dropped today. We'll show these in a second, but yeah, and I get it. I get it. If you go through, you strive and you go through a lot of work. I mean, well, I don't know how much work Yachty put into these, but obviously spent a little time in meetings and stuff, creating these, a product that represents him, his brand, and then just some dude on the internet starts ripping them. It doesn't feel great. That being said, Bima has some credibility in the space. So it's always tough to take a critique. How you handle it, that's one thing. And mainly, I wanted to show this is because if this you came across this headline, saw the clips, this is what's important: is they squash the beef, and I like that. I like that. I'm a big fan of squashing beefs, uh, and so yeah, that I like that. I like the happy ending. I'm kind of a confrontation avoidant, if you will, um, other than when it's necessary. And so, some people love, people getting into it and beef, and it can be kind of fun, but I always find it awkward, and I like it when people get along. So this is good news. Good news that I wanted to discuss. So yeah, but back to Yachty's Concrete Boys Air Force One. It is a bit, if you've seen it, understated. It is, predominantly a white Air Force One with a logo on the heel, but that is very much in the vein of, you know, uh, the Air Force Ones of the past. The Terror Squad Air Force Ones that just like got a retro. The Rockefeller ones, a lot of Air Force Ones in peak Air Force One hype, were kind of like this. Some were crazy. Some were wild, and but what comes to mind when I think of wild Air Force Ones? Those ones with a see-through toe. DJ Clark Kent's the recently passed DJ Clark Kent, his special, the list ones, the undefeated collab that dropped a year ago. Um, those were pretty wild. Um, you know, there's ones with different materials, but the wild doesn't mean like just because it's crazy doesn't mean it's necessarily good. So, uh, yeah, the definitely a little understated, but if it all depends on the context. If the thought was there, there's a story behind them, I can vibe with them. So it just kind of depends. I understand where Bima's critique comes from, though. You strive for a collab, you work this hard, and then kind of like just on outward appearance, it doesn't look like much, but I'm sure there's more behind it. So this is the start. Like maybe if this video, I would be curious to see if this video had dropped prior. It's tough. Things get leaked. So Beamer just commented on those photos. But if this was released um, prior to that, would he have more, less to say? The packaging looks dope, like a cinder block there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see on those. For me, I'm just not an Air Force One guy. I'm a Yachty. You know, he's on my radar, but I'm not a huge Yachty music fan. So it's just kind of cool that he got a collab, though. I do find that dope. Sticking with the Air Force One news, uh, these Kobe Bryant Air Force Ones are expected to release on December 6th. Now, I just got done saying I'm not a huge Kobe Bryant fan, but I do live in LA, been here a minute. I do like these Air Force. I do like Kobe Bryant. These also are pretty clean. Um, I'm curious, are these gonna resell? That's not the only, matter of importance, but like it is a gauge of popularity, I should say, I can for sure see these being popular in LA, of course. But yeah, I kind of like them. The all white upper, can wear them with an okay amount of stuff. A little signature there, and then the Mamba Kobe Bryant logo embossed on the back, or debossed, I should say. Um, yeah, number 8 stitched on the heel. It's just kind of like a good collection shoe, you know. Yeah, I'm not a huge Air Force One guy, but like it's just kind of a good shoe to have in the collection. So I don't need these, but kind of drawn to them. And then this was released. Apparently, there's going to be an 8,000 of these special all black pairs. You can see the logo um, embossed there, debossed, whatever, printed all an all over print on those. Now these are more interesting to me. Again, I'm not a all black upper type guy, but like these give more like Mamba energy. These are more unique, so it's weird. I'm more drawn to these. Now, if they flipped the script and did these all white, I don't know. These do seem special. And 8,000 pairs. I wonder how they're going to distribute these. Uh, I'll be curious. And they're actually numbered. I wonder. So I can see these selling out, but not going for much. You know, about retail, maybe a little above retail. These obviously will be worth something. I'll be very interested to see where prices land on these. But yeah, that'll be dope. Those who are able to get their hands on these, definitely. If these are anyhow open to the public, anyway open to the public, I'm gonna be trying for those, along with everyone else in LA. Next up, I just wanted to show this Nike Air Vomero, or this Nike Vomero 18, and the like tech in it. Apparently has like the most cushioning, or highest stack of cushioning in history. Uh, why I want to show this, I applaud when the technology and the design, makes it kind of seamless, right? Hides, they had to go to extreme lengths to make this much cushioning, but it kind of, with this design, kind of like all concentric circles, kind of hides the air bubble. What will really be telling is like in hand, do these look chunky, too chunky, too crazy? But like from this design, that design doesn't like kind of disguises the amount of cushioning. There's that was it the Alpha Fly, the marathon shoe that was banned, uh that now that one, I feel the design look of it doesn't really uh hide how much cushion's on it. Oh yeah, the Nike Alpha Fly. The Nike Alpha Fly. That one, too much. I don't know how this one. I mean, that. This is exactly my point here. Let me bring up a photo here. Let me bring up a photo and see, so you can see. Where is it? Come on, man. Come on. Well, anyways, here. So you can see. Look at the stack on that heel. Now it looks optical illusion. It looks like there's more cushioning in this than this Vomero 18. But that's, I think, and it's got that weird kind of air bubble in the front. But these look ugly to me. Now, if they're telling me that actually this Vomero 18 has more cushioning than this Alpha Fly, or the was it, yeah, Alpha Fly, Vapor Fly, then see, that's good design. So that's why I wanted to bring this up here on the podcast. I'm very curious to see these in hand, and yeah, I wonder about walking around in them all day, not using them not as performance runners, because like God knows I'm not a performance runner. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on those. In other news, Fortnite, Nike, and Jordan Brand are like officially doing a like you know official collaborations and future releases, and with their shoes. Being able to purchase the shoes in game as cosmetics for your character to wear. And it's weird. I got mixed feelings on this. You can see all the various models that they will be providing for, that you can purchase for V-Bucks and put on your character, your avatar, whatever. And it's weird. I'm a fan, obviously, of Nike and Jordan Brand sneakers. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, but I play it. I'm mainly an Apex Legends guy. I'm older. I don't love, the cartoon universe, and it's definitely a like kids. They market it to younger kids and stuff. So like I play Fortnite, but like I'm not a diehard Fortnite fan or anything. I'm too old. I was a Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 guy. Halo 1, that's how old I am. I'm a Halo 1 guy and I like Apex Legends. But it's weird, I do like first person shooters and battle royales, and I guess Fortnite's more of a third person shooter. And I do like sneakers, of course, but this pairing, I'm very like lukewarm on. You get me to spend money on just, I don't know, it's not the cosmetic. I buy skins like anyone else. I'm not going to front. I don't buy a ton of video game skins, but I buy the occasional fire skin from time to time in Apex Legends or other games. And this is such a small part of the character. Uh, I just can't decide whether it's eh. At the same time, congrats to Fortnite for pulling this deal. Like Apex is a game that I play, and like they rarely ever do collabs, and so it's just dope that they were able to get this done. Like, I think I'd be more excited about it if it was in a game that I played, right? So if like this happened with Apex Legends, I think I'd be more about it. Um, but I don't know. I'm very just down the middle on it. I don't think it's necessarily corny. I give them props for sealing the deal. This is a huge feat to use Nike and Jordan Brand, a huge brand like this, and collaborate with them in game. I know it's just to make money. I know it's just to make money, but still, that's a lot of paperwork. That's a lot of faith Nike puts into Fortnite. That's a lot of clout Fortnite has to do a brand deal with Nike and Jordan. So it's more like props to them on the business side and just doing it. I feel like doing it's almost better than not. But just as far as just whether it's needed, the execution, I don't know. This is a way you should tie in game, out game stuff. Like, right? They should do a Fortnite collab sneaker. One Jordan sneaker, one Nike branded sneaker, Nike sportswear sneaker, and it should be Fortnite themed. Maybe a two-pack each, maybe one a little bit more gaudy, out there, flashy, and one maybe a little bit more subtle and subdued for maybe older purchasers. And then you get a redemption card with the sneakers that you can get that same shoe in game. Now, that I'd be down with. Um, or buy it in game, and then you get shipped the IRL shoes. That I could vibe with, and that would be interesting. Maybe they will do something like that. Anyways, all you Nike, Jordan brand execs, Fortnite, Epic Game Store execs, uh, send me a pair digitally and physically, uh, because I know you'll be listening to this. But yeah, so that will. I mean, yeah, Nike says to keep tabs on the dot swoosh. So I'm get at I assume that's how you might be able to obtain some of these digital sneakers is using Nike's Web3 platform dot swoosh. It's all very dot swoosh is very confusing to me. Maybe I'm just a boomer, or maybe it actually is confusing. But this is kind of what I'm talking. They might do what I'm talking about here. All right, let's see here. Oh, well, they said yeah, it's launching November 21st. That was yesterday. So I should go on the Fortnite store, see if I can buy some of the stuff, see how much V-Bucks it costs. But it's a little insane to me to spend like $10. I mean, the real shoes themselves are always so expensive. I'm gonna spend $10 on a in-game version of it that I barely see. Yeah. Moving on. Pickups. So no shoes this week, but I was this morning able to cop online the Cortez Nike Air Trainer Hirachi in this like lighter colorway. This kind of like off-white colorway. Super stoked about that. The site took a minute to like load, kick in finally, but then I had no problems adding to cart and checking out. So super clean. I missed out on the Gully Gray one, so happy to get these. As Cortez's namesake, Cortez Worldwide, they are shipping these worldwide, which is a little different for Nike. A lot of times you can't get international drops stateside as of what was that, like 2018 they changed that. So I will be doing an unboxing of these. Plug for the channel, make sure you subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff if you want to see my unboxing. Uh, so definitely hyped to hit on these. I think these are like, will go with everything. I have a New York trip coming up. I think these might be a perfect pair to wear in New York if it's not too snowy or rainy. Otherwise, good winter shoe and can't wait to rock these. But yeah, so that's digital pickup. Don't have them in hand yet. Next up, on Monday, I went KITH, did a cool thing, activation. So they had their Batman drop today, their Batman collaboration through the years drop, film drop. And during the week, they were doing free screenings of all the different Batman movies. Free screenings, two a night in chronological order, starting Monday with the first Batman, the first two Tim Burton Batmans at New York, Miami, LA. Three locations around America. Luckily enough, I live in LA, and so I went to the first screening, the Batman screening. If you went, you got the movie. You got to see the movie for free. You got free souvenir. You got free souvenir cup, popcorn bucket. The popcorn bucket was just paper and like had popcorn in it. I didn't save that, but this, souvenir cup, um, pretty dope. You also got commemorative, like official card. Each card was the movie. Each card was the movie poster for the corresponding movie. And then, so I went to the first one, and then I got in line for the second one, and I didn't go see it. Batman Returns, featuring Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin. But I kept the ticket stub because I didn't have to redeem it since I didn't go to it, and I did get the card. Now, the first 20 people, it was all confusing. I had no clue. A lot of people didn't have any clue. Some people did the legwork and found out, but basically there was a lineup in the morning. Um, and then the first 20 people got wristbands to get a PSA graded version of these cards. That happened in the morning. I wanted that, so I came extra early at night, but yeah, that was cooked in the morning. I didn't know about that, so I just got the regular card, which is okay. Um, I skipped trying the next day for Batman Forever and Batman Return, or Batman Forever, and then the Batman and Robin movie. The third day was going to be Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, the first of the Nolan films. I went in the morning. I got there in the morning. Line already cooked. Already past 40 people. I don't know what the other people were still doing in line because, like, there shouldn't have been. They were doing all this stuff at the actual movie line, at the movie showing. So, like, I don't know what they were waiting in line for, but I immediately left. Then finds out, like uh, people were uh, turned away. Apparently, the line got rowdy. Probably people cutting in line, and people cutting in line, and they just did away with the whole screening, handing out of the PSA graded cards. I don't know what happened Thursday, to be honest. Not sure what happened for Thursday, but no one got cards handed out on Wednesday, and yeah, that's a bummer. But like, I just don't, I don't quite, I get it. Like, it's a weird spot when there's like demand, right? There's demand and interest. People wanted these cards. People wanted these cards. I wanted these cards. I grew up. I don't think I went to the theater for this for the first Tim Burton Batman, but I remember seeing it on VHS. Favorite movie. I remember my little brother being scared of the Joker in it. I definitely went to the theater for Batman Returns. I'm of that age. Um, so I get the demand, right? I get the demand. The demand is there. PSA graded card. I wanted it. But like, I feel like it's a lot of people wanted it just to have it. It's cool item. Because like, you see, I knew these weren't going to go for a ton of money, yet like people are like so desperate for things nowadays. This isn't like people, I feel like, remember 2019, 2018, where like you could flip things, make a lot of money. I think people just saw free money being handed out and like got crazy. but like this isn't the demand is there to have it, but it's not so much that people are going to pay money for it. Like no one, I saw a few converted sales for raw cards online, but like it wasn't crazy. It was like $40, 50 bucks. So like, I don't know, that's a lot of work. This was a lot of work for even me in LA for like to make like after eBay shipping to make like $30. I'd rather just keep the card. Um, and like these PSA graded ones. Like look at this. Look at this. So it's being lowest ask, $500 for this one. $500 for PSA 8. Let's see sales. No sales. No one is buying these for money. So I don't know understand lowest ask $1,000. Highest bid 100. That's what someone's willing to pay for it. Like yeah, I'd maybe if someone said $100, maybe, probably not even. I'm not even buying it for 100. I'd buy it for $50. No sales. Just like highest ask, $100. No sales. It's just, it's unfortunate. Anytime there's demand for something, stuff like this is going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, truly, how much demand is there? Highest bid on this one, $50. The Batman Begins. No sales. Zero sales. No one's shelling out big money for this. I saw a few eBay sales, maybe like $100 something for a PSA one, but that's it. So people, do better. I knew this wasn't like going to like sell for crazy money. I think people just really thought, I was talking to some people online and things like people were thinking this was going to just be like, oh, I can flip this for $700, or maybe not flip it, but if I get it, it's worth like $700. That's just not the case. It's a cool item to have. I think it was a dope activation, but like brands got to be smarter. You got to know your demand, and things got to be more organized. That line was too loosey goosey. You got to have people like, hey, no skipping. People are lining up, no holding spots. There's only 20. They're only handing out 20 of these things. You can't have people cutting in line or like saving spots. Like, I think brands just need to do the extra mile, go the extra mile to make sure things are organized. I know it's a lot. They had us using our app to check in. Trust me, I work in like production and event production, and like I know it's a lot. Costs money to run things well and organized. Or if it doesn't, if you're not paying money, you just, you really got to be buttoned up. It's a lot of work, but that's. Otherwise, you have things like that where you can't hand out any of your stuff, and the event's ruined, and that's unfortunate. Um, so they dropped all this today. Most of it sold out. What was cool? Oh, an addition thing they offered. In addition, something that was offered for those who attended was early access to the drop, which was cool. So I went Monday. I was able to order stuff Monday night after the movie through a QR code, and I thought that was dope. I saw some people sharing QR code in the middle of the movie, like bros. Not cool that the code was shared out online and Reddit, but I guess you can't control those things. B, not cool. They were like, like I see their glowing phone in front of me as I'm trying to enjoy the movie. It's like, bros, chill. You have early access. Nothing's gonna sell out. You can finish the movie out and then buy your stuff, cop everything. It's only 3 theaters worth of people that have access to this. Like, chill. You don't need that you don't need to hit order on that t-shirt yet. You literally have early access. Anyways, get off my soapbox there. Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, that was the biggest perk. Like, it was also dope, I guess, seeing a movie from 1989 in theaters, like a nostalgic movie for me, getting to see it in the theater, relive that, get these commemorative cards, and yeah, early access to the drop. Uh, so that was dope. Couple things that I want to talk related to the this drop. I will say, as an older hype beast, an older sneakerhead. Now I'm older. I never thought of myself as older until like recently, but I go to a lot of these things and I feel a little self-conscious. Like I'll go to sneaker lineups here in LA sometimes, or raffle lineups, and it's a bunch of younger kids. Um, or there's people my age, there's people older than me, but like anyone like my age or older, I'm like, real, like, are we really doing this? Are we really trying to like sweat out sneakers and stuff like that? Can't we just afford resale or we don't need them. So there's a lot of questions sometimes going through my mind when I'm in line with a bunch of hype beasts or like younger people. It was kind of nice, I will admit, that this movie showing, there was a lot of old, like, there was a lot of older people in line, older nerds and KITH fans and hype beasts. I was kind of the age bracket was skewed a little older. There's definitely a lot of young kids, but I felt a little bit more with my people. Um, that being said, yeah, there's kids who clearly didn't love the movie as much. It's a little dated, but this movie holds up. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but I love this movie, and I think that Tim Burton really threaded the needle with creating a comic book universe and air to it that wasn't based in hyper realism, yet not going too cheesy, not too corny. Obviously, that went askew for 3 and 4 a little bit, Forever and Batman and Robin, but he didn't direct those. Anyways, where was I going with this? Sorry, I'm a big yapper. That's what a podcast is. So it just is what it is. Oh, this one's still available. There's some shirts still available. That's kind of wild. I saw not everything sold out. Anyway, staying on track. Staying on track. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, it was just cool to see that some older fans were there, and it was clear who, like, the majority of the people were into the movie, the old movie, but like obviously some kids there and some younger people on their phones looking at the drop ahead of time that they got sent by their friends. But then it comes like similarly, it comes to this merch, right? Uh, as an older hype beast, an older sneakerhead, like I feel like I gravitate towards the large graphics, the bright graphic tees and stuff. All of these like I like for the most part. There's ones that I like less and more, but like I do find myself being a little more self-conscious with huge graphics on my t-shirts nowadays. I'm like, am I a little old to be wearing a giant clown mask on my t-shirt or a giant Heath Ledger Joker on my t-shirt? Is that, uh, I do find myself gravitating towards, not because I like it better, but some of the more subtle graphics, just because I'll be less self-conscious, and I can wear it with more stuff. So, like for example, I got this long sleeve Batman shirt, and for some of you, this is too much, right? I get it. Like for some of you, but I'm guessing for most of you who are watching this channel, like you're more closely aligned with me. Um, you know, I think I think the artwork on this Catwoman is dope. But like, do I want that huge graphic? But then it is on the back, so I went with that. So I got a handful of stuff, and we'll see how it looks on me. That's the way I went with it. Like this Catwoman graphic in the Batman Returns Michelle Pfeiffer outfit. I think it's dope, but like this ultra sexual, super sultry illustration, like, am I too old to wear that? We had this discussion. I had this discussion last week on my last podcast. Check it out, with the Kate Moss Supreme drop. Like, you know, there's liking it objectively, just in a vacuum, and then there's reality and context. And like, am I wearing this out? How am I going to feel wearing this out? Is the negative feelings wearing it out going to trump the value or the how much I like it in a vacuum? Also, you can say all day, there's some of you who will be saying like, dude, man, wear what you want. It doesn't matter what people think. I think that works to a limit, but at the end of the day, it's still people. People still do judge you, and people do act differently around you. You could have that mentality and wear a loincloth around out in Beverly Hills and be like, I don't care what people think. But like, there are real consequences or cause and effects to what you wear. If you wear what you want at work, like, they're always saying dress for the job you want at work, and like, it's kind of true, unfortunately. So it's very tough to, I think, to ride that line of not caring, but you do have to be a realist in that, what people see, they're going to judge whether they're right or wrong about how they judge you or their piece of clothing or who you are based upon, your wardrobe. That's a bummer, but it's just reality. So, Anyways, a little philosophical discussion there as I was making purchases in my seat at the Grove. I was like weighing the options. Like, am I gonna really wear this out? Like, do I really want this Heath Ledger Joker T-shirt? Like, is that, I'm 40 now. You see the birthday balloons there. Um, is that the move? It's funny. Like, look, this George Clooney Batman, or what is this? Yeah, is this the Val Kilmer one? This is Batman Forever. I thought this was the George Clooney one. Oh, that is Val Kilmer. But this Val Kilmer one, there's still sizes available. There's still a large available. If so that's fun. All the old stuff just doesn't resonate with the younger crowd as much. Most kids grew up with Heath Ledger's their Joker, not Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's Joker I think is the best. I hate ranking things sometimes, and it's not that I don't like Heath Ledger's Joker. It's just like I give Jack Nicholson's Joker an A, and I give Heath Ledger like I don't know an A minus. But yeah, uh, it's very interesting because this collaboration really tells the tale of age differences. With this Val Kilmer shirt sitting, Batman Forever sitting, but the Heath Ledger stuff sold out. Yeah, it's just different. So I'll show those when I get them in. Another pickup that I got. I'll do a live unboxing here for those of you who are watching. I appreciate you. I was gonna make a short out of this, but I was like, I guess I could always edit it out, make a short if I pull anything crazy, but I'll just do it live on the podcast for all you podcast viewers. A little reward. Fit check. Wearing a Carhartt work in progress hoodie. I love this thing. I've been wearing it a lot recently. First, got it on sale, I think. End of summer sale. So yeah. So in my hands from Topps now, I ordered the LeBron James Bronny card. And of all the ones made, there is a singular one of one dual autograph card where both Bronny and LeBron signed it. So let's see if I got it. I already know I didn't get it because I think if you get those special cards, if you get them, you get a normal card and then you get something else in the package, like a redemption card, and then they send you that separately. So I only got this in my package, so I'm pretty sure I only got the normal base card. Also, how many of these do they sell? 100,000, 200,000? Like, wasn't expecting to get the dual autograph. So let's be real here. And there it is. Father son debut. No autographs. No two autographs. Unfortunately, no extra card or anything saying redeem this. But that's pretty cool. They're like a lot. They're like lottery cards. This was like what, $11.99, so $12. $12 lottery card, but you get to, unlike lottery cards, I don't just throw this. You get to keep this. This maintains some value in of itself a little bit. And it's a cool collector's item. So pickups this week have all been cards. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Side note: everyone hating, I do not understand the hate. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, it's nepotism. Also, LeBron earned a little bit of nepotism there with what he's done. I just don't know. Like, it's not like Bronny's gonna cost them the championship. So I really don't understand. And he's back in the G League, so it's like they did their thing. He's in the G League. Like, any spot he's taking, let's be real, like that person is somewhere else. If they're good enough to have Bronny spot, they're good enough to be somewhere else or in the G League. So it's not that big a deal. One player. Moving on with some more like release news. These got shared around on social and now they're on sneakers. The women's Nike Air Max Plus with actual Swarovski crystals. This is the Moonlight colorway, silver, and then here is the Sunset colorway. I'm not huge on the Swarovski crystal thing when they do it with t-shirts and Supreme. Oh, shoot. I gotta go back to screen record. Okay. Here's the moonlight colorway. Here's the sunset colorway. Sorry about that. Uh, I'm not huge on when they do Swarovski crystals on shoes or, you know, t-shirts. But that's just me. I don't think I'm the target audience there, which is fine. I will say I'm a huge Air Max Plus fan. I will not be going for these 450 and 550. That's quite the price tag, but they are Swarovski crystals. I will say, man, if I see any female rocking these and they like them a little bit beyond just their blingy, like let's say they really mess with the Air Max Plus model, and on top of it, they're a bougie lady that likes Swarovski crystals on this stuff, man, my girlfriend better watch out. If that lady or girl or whoever says no, I mess with Air Max Pluses. They are my shoe. And you know what? I'm a classy lady, so I like the Swarovski crystals on them. I mean, yeah, my lady better watch out. Um, yeah, so not for me, but these are for the woman of my dreams. A lady who can afford these and stunts these and likes these, it's got me written all over them. Yeah, so not for me, but I think it's kind of dope. I for the handful of ladies out there that this does it for them, I love this shoe for them. I love this shoe for them, for whoever they are. Also coming up, this is definitely right up my alley. Casio is going to be doing a G-Shock ring watch. A couple weeks ago, I talked about the Maison Margiela ring watch that was released with Timex. I missed out on that. I like that. It's kind of like a little luxury watch collab. This is no collab, it's just a Casio, but I dig this. It's supposed to come out in December sometime. Since I missed out on that Maison Margiela one, I think I'm going to try to go for this one. I wonder if these will be super corny in like a year or 2 years. I don't care. This is one of those things where I don't care. So like graphic tees, you might be looked at as like immature, can't grow up. Look at that 40-year-old dude rocking a Batman tee, large graphic, kind of corny. I kind of care about that opinion. It's weird how I don't care about this opinion. If someone sees me with a ring watch and like, whoa, cheese, that's cornball stuff there, bro. Like, it wasn't that so 2024 ring watches or so what? I don't know when these first started coming out, 1974, 24, 1924, 1974, 2024. I kind of don't care about their opinion on this or if they judge me. Isn't that weird how that works? I don't know. I mess with this. I just like unique things that are also functional. Oh, this is my type of accessory, my type of man jewelry. I mess with that. All right. Topic of the day. Topic of the day. Doing a little like a couple few jumps to get to there. It's not fully sneaker related, but apparently Jake Paul wore in his fight with Mike Tyson wore the most expensive boxing shorts ever in a boxing ring in a sanctioned match. I don't know if that's true. Um, but what I want to discuss is how not. What I want to discuss is like how no one noticed this, or maybe they did, but it wasn't talked about. How clearly, not that this fight was scripted. It wasn't necessarily scripted, but like clearly there was like agreements ahead of time. Like I don't know how it wasn't talked about more initially. Now people are talking about it, but as I was watching the fight, if you've watched any boxing matches, any MMA matches, if you've watched any Mike Tyson fights, it was so clear that Mike wasn't teeing off on him in the first 2 rounds. Now, we'll just watch this to set the. So this is one I saw this. I remember watching this, and this isn't all of it. This isn't like proof that there's the fight was fixed or it was scripted. Like this happens all the time in fights where people look like they're about to throw a punch and then stop. They do that all the time for a multitude of reasons. They maybe think, oh, he's not going to be there. When you throw a punch, you leave yourself exposed to some degree or you waste energy. So there's a million reasons not to throw a fight. So this is just one piece of evidence. But I remember this moment because it looked, his glove was down, and that's a perfect place to tee off. He seemed in range. This is a compressed view. So Jake Paul might have been out of range, but this was just one thing I noticed. So just one thing. That doesn't mean the whole fight's fixed. But what I did notice is, yeah, now no full extension on the jab again. Now this is a little different. Sometimes people don't throw a full jab, but there he is in range and he held up even more so than what you would typically do. Either like you do a feint that's either shorter or you do a feint that's either longer or you go for the full jab and extend your arm. This is a fake. That's not a feint. I don't know what that is. That's not throwing a punch. That's what that is. And finally, there was a couple times where he did his signature. This was what I noticed. The duck and come up, and you either hit it with a body shot or an uppercut. That is signature Mike Tyson. If you've seen any of his fights like this one, or you've seen his bag work, body work, like that is, that is his bread and butter. That is a pro fighter, a world champion. He does that all day. And even at his age, he throws that. And this is in the first rounds. That's why I'm talking about it. Like, I think there's lots of people that rely on the argument he is old, Jake Paul's younger, and that is true. But Mike Tyson is a world champion professional fighter who's in great shape in his 50s. Yes, he had the medical incident, but like for 1 minute, for 2 minutes, he's got the power, the muscle, the explosiveness, just the muscle memory of boxing, being a professional boxer, to lace an amateur out in the first couple rounds. Now there's a caveat. Like, let's say he tags him with a couple bombs, first 2 rounds, knocks him down, like tees off, and somehow Jake Paul lives through them. Then yeah, for sure, age plays a role, legs, his medical incident, and like he wouldn't be able to finish him off maybe. And then Jake, yeah, conversely at the back end rounds could have teed off on him and didn't. I totally think this is a situation where Mike's camp agreed with Jake's camp. I'm not going to take his head off the first few rounds, and in exchange, Jake's camp agreed not to make Mike look silly, especially tee off on him if Mike got tired. It was just an agreement that this is going to be an exhibition. This is going to be an exhibition, and let's put on a good show. But Mike's not going head hunting in the first few rounds, and in the later rounds, Jake's not going to make a mockery out of Mike Tyson. Prime example. Prime example is like some of Mike's training videos. Now this is just proof of like what he can do at his age. For those who say, "Oh, Mike's old," like he's a world class athlete. That is the most in shape 50-year-old guy I've seen. Where's his bag work and mitt work? Now the common thing people would say when they watch training videos is like, "This is training. This is different." Hitting mitts, hitting bags are way different than hitting a person, and that is true. That is true for people who don't fight. People who have no experience. People who are not professional athletes. People who are not professional fighters. That is true. People who are just, amateur people who don't do this on the regular. It is literally not the case though for professional boxers, heavyweight champions of the world. Hitting mitts, hitting bags, they do translate that into fighting. That does transfer. That is literally how they train. And Mike's had experience doing that his whole life, going from mitts and bags to actual people, from sparring to actual fights where people are trying to kill him. Like, so look at him hitting mitts. Look at him hitting mitts and body work in his training. You don't think he could have turned that on for 2 minutes, just the opening 2 minutes. Forget the fitness and the illness. He can't do some of this stuff in just a couple minutes, opening 2 rounds to Jake Paul, and like, of course he could. I this is why I struggle to see this is why I struggle to see why so many people weren't commenting on this. So many people initially fell into like, oh yeah, it was sad. Mike was old. Oh yeah, Jake Paul did him a favor. Like, no, Mike could have taken his head off the first 2 rounds, chose not to, and then yeah, then he was getting tired. And then in exchange, Jake had agreed, I'm not gonna make this legend who agreed to take this fight look silly. And they both got paid. Like, I just don't see why that wasn't more obvious to more people, or why more people didn't speak on it until now. Now everyone's talking about it. I'm a little late to the party making a video, but like, clearly, that was what I thought, and now everyone's coming around to it. I just don't know why people didn't say it more earlier or during the fight. It was pretty obvious to me. Okay, back to sneaker stuff. Sorry for that tangent. I needed an outlet to say my thoughts on the fight. It was a sham fight. Uh, I don't know why I watched it. I just needed I have my YouTube channel, so that's just me getting to talk about it to all 20 of you that actually are watching this. Okay, hot drop, and this is stuff that's imminently dropping. Imminently dropping. Be on the lookout for it immediately. Now, by the time this gets posted, maybe the first few viewers of this will see this, but these drop tomorrow morning. Most of you who watch this will have already dropped. There was already the shock drop. There was already the sneakers pass for pickup. These are coming to sneakers tomorrow. Again, by the time any of you are watching this, probably these will have already dropped. Most likely they will sell out on sneakers for sure. Most retailers, they will sell out. I think with the high price tag of 220, I don't think they're going to sell for much more than this. I think just, you know, the the supply will meet the demand. There's going to be a lot of these, but there's also a decent amount of demand. I think just those who want them are going to get them. Um, I think this is not too much of a young kid's shoe, so it's mainly going to be all us old heads and anyone else getting a couple pairs, and that's going to be that. So I've always in 2018, I passed on these all leather upper retro basketball shoes. Not my thing. All leather black upper, not all leather upper, but all black leather upper. Not my thing. In the years since 2018 has gone by, I've softened my stance on these. Yeah, not that I think it's a bad shoe, just it's not for me necessarily. Over the years, these past 6 years, I've come around on these. It's such a iconic staple. So many people like them. I've kind of come to see them as like just what they are, just a shoe that I need in my collection, a shoe that will look good on me, because it looks great. And yeah, I like the white cements and the fire reds better. That's more me, but I do like these, and I think now, and I think I would like these even better than the true blues. Yeah, I've just come around on black shoes a little bit more. I've softened my stance on them, and so I will be going after these. Let's see what else is on the sneakers calendar. So these officially got loaded on. These are coming in less than a week. So, but for my next podcast, these will drop. These Travis Scott mochas. Uh, so I'll go for these. Maybe expensive price tag 200. I might just get them to like review them, unbox them, and probably look to flip them if I cop them. I do like this one kind of the best of all the ones that I've seen. Very wearable. It's kind of dope. I come around on these two a little bit, but it's not for me. I don't think it's terrible. Really, this colorway, I do like this colorway. So these are coming up. Let me know if you're going to be going after these. What you guys think of the Cactus Jack one. But yeah, those will be dropping, and I think those will resell for a little bit despite their high price tag. And yeah, everything else we talked about. Uh, these are dropping at skate stores, so they're not coming to these Nike SB Dunk Low Pros in black and smoke gray. They're not coming to sneakers until December 3rd, but they'll be gonna be starting to hit skate shops right now. And I just wanted to highlight it because, you know, they might not sell out on sneakers. They might sit at your skate shops. Who knows? Some sizes might even go on sale. Um, and it's so interesting to me how SBs blew up from like 2019 to 2020, 2021. And stuff like this, GRs that would release back in the day, 2010 stuff, they go used for like 300. Like think of, I don't know, the barfs, just any GR SB colorway, basically. The most plain GR colorway of SBs doubled in value, even used. Um, that's wild to me. So I'm saying all this to say I don't think that's ever going to happen again. People have price memory of the crash, but it would be funny for those of you who really like this shoe, this black and smoke gray. Just think it's a nice shoe, like SBs. Maybe you skate them, maybe you don't. You just like the shoe. Who cop these, wear these, stick them in your closet, and then you know everything goes in cycles. And like lo and behold, in 6 years, 2028 or whatever, 2029, SBs tick up, and that these random black and smoke grays are then worth 200 used. I'd find that funny. Again, this is not investment advice. I do not suggest you cop these and stash these away for 5 years hoping that they double in value. I do not recommend that at all. Uh, it would just be a nice come up for anyone who purchases these and just truly likes them on their own. Uh, and then the SB wave comes back, and these random black and smoke gray ones, just along with other SBs, just go up in value naturally. That would be funny. All right, heat check. This is a segment of stuff that is out right now that I think's kind of fire, kind of low heat. You guys can think what you want, but just putting you on some game in case you want to check them out. Sporty and Rich dropped their newest Adidas collaboration, the SL72s. Um, these two colorways, the yellow and the blue, basically, in my opinion, GRs. I'd have to compare them 1-to-1 to other SL72s that are out right now. Like there's for sure a blue colorway that like looks like this. Maybe the color pairing's a little unique, and obviously they have Sporty and Rich right on the stripes there, the branding right on the stripes. But I love these. This is the colorway, this mint and purple. This caught my eye. This is unique. I don't see this colorway very often. I wanted these, but unfortunately, these just came in like women's sizing. So like the highest men's size they came in was 10. Yo, Emily Oberg, why do you gotta make stuff only women's sizes? You make fire shoes. Let's bump these up to men's sizes. I do have a pair of Sambas, Sporting Rich Sambas, that went up to men's sizes, so thankfully that. But like everything they have on their website right now, pretty sure only goes women's sizing, so it taps out at US men's 10. And I'm just a big footer, so it's unfortunate. I was gonna try to cop these and couldn't. Too small, so that's a bummer. I do like those. But if you fit them, check them out. Uh, Next up, Dover Street Market collabed with Nike on these Zoom Vomero 5s. These dropped, I think, today. Most sizes available. Unfortunately, I need an 11.5 or a 12. Now, there is an all black Vomero. So sometimes when there's too close of a GR available, I don't mess with it. But like these are 180 bucks. So they probably have better materials. There's the Dover Street Market branding. Um, and then these glow in the, or these like glow slash are reflective. So definitely reflective, but the reflection looks like it's kind of a glow, has a green tint to it. So that's kind of cool. Um, as I've mentioned before, I always kind of like it when a popular GR model has a collab, because then, it's an if you know situation. You could be wearing these out. A million other people have Vomero 5s, but you have a more limited version, a more special version, and maybe a handful of people. They might see that and like, oh, he's just wearing, most other people are like, oh, he's just wearing what everyone else is wearing. And that's okay, because like they might think it's fire, like, oh, that's a cool colorway, or like, oh no, I like that model. Even I don't care that other people are wearing it. I like that model. I'm wearing them. But there also might be a handful of people like, oh no, those aren't. Can't just get those at Foot Locker. Those are the Dover Street versions, Dover Street Market versions. So I always like that, especially of a model that I really like, the Vomero 5, one of my favorite Nike runners. I like them better than Air Maxes. Super comfortable. Uh, yeah, so I like these. Unfortunately, I didn't get them. And yeah, size 12 sold out. But yeah, if you're into them, check them out. Just dropped. Yeah. Uh, and then finally, oh, this is an old title card. Lowheat Steals. Black Friday's coming up, so make sure you check all your favorite retailers for their sales. If there's anything that you've been having your eye on but you haven't pulled the trigger on, maybe it goes on sale. There's a great time to check. Any gaps in your wardrobe, like, oh, I need a rain jacket, oh, I need a windbreaker, oh, I need a winter jacket, oh, I need like a beanie, I need gloves. Great time to buy stuff. Gifts, of course. I'm more talking in the fashion sense, wardrobe sense. This is streetwear fashion channel. Shoes, boots, whatever, jeans. Great time to plug holes in the wardrobe. Pause. But yeah, any of your like main streetwear retailers, they're all having sales. Feature has a great one. They're having 25% off, extra 25% off with promo code on sale items already. So look at all these dunks. Like, these ones are pretty fire. Like, they're already on sale for $87 and then like another 25% off. Like, I do not need these, but like, that's pretty good. Dunk Low Premium, better materials too. Like, come on. Ugh, that's gonna be hard not to buy. But yeah, speaking of Vomeros, I got Vomeros here. Yeah, Feature, check them out. Uh, Look at these Clarks. They don't have all sizes, but they have my size. These Desert Hairy Suede Maples. I don't have a pair of Clarks, but like, this might be the move. Like, good for weddings, fall weddings. Good dress up shoe, restaurant shoe. I like those. So we'll see. We'll see. Like Bodega having a sale. Their sale though isn't extra off of sale items. It's just like this is off like retail items. They have a promo code for just straight up new stuff. 3% off. I'm sure there's some exceptions, so check out them. And with that, that's our show. That is the show. Appreciate you tuning in and listening. Yeah, make sure to subscribe, because we're gonna have an unboxing coming up of the Cortez Nike Air Trainer Huaraches when I get them in. I'm also gonna do a video of what I'm going to New York. I'm gonna do like what I'm packing for New York trip, what to wear. I'm gonna show what shoes I'm packing, coats, hoodies, all that stuff, light jackets for winter, New York winter trip. Also thinking of doing a top sneakers of the year, my Lowheat FancyPants top sneakers of the year, my favorite pickups of the year. Maybe I'll incorporate that into the podcast. Maybe I'll do a separate video, but either way, you're going to want to subscribe to catch that. If you're listening all the way to the end, please like, subscribe, do all the stuff, leave a comment, what you want to hear about, what your opinions on the stuff we talked about, what you want me to cover. Also, I'm also on YouTube Music if you want to listen to this while you're driving or working out. Also on Spotify. I didn't upload the last one to Spotify. I gotta do that. But Spotify too, in case you just want to listen. So yeah, I'm all over it. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week for another Thanksgiving podcast. Yeah, peace.